War for the kingdom of Yah.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High, Yah. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High, Yah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I want everybody to get ready. Turn your minds towards learning. Turn your minds towards getting in tune with the Spirit and understanding the Scriptures. I want you to turn your mind towards that as we get ready to go into our lesson. All right. Now, as you know, this is what they are calling a holiday time of the year. Everyone is getting ready. They're so excited about what's coming the next few days. You know, not by everyone, I mean those people that's in the world. And we've had enough Christmas lessons to break down, what the true meaning of that Heli Day is, how it is a ongoing celebration that is primarily demonic. And how it's against the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments to observe it. What we want to deal with today, is the spirit that it comes in. The spirit that it comes in. And that is somewhat different. That is something different. Not 100% different, but a little different than what we've discussed before, because we discussed the history of it, how it is against the Most High's command. But I also want to talk about the spirit of deception that's in the holiday, and how overall the enemy has used this particular holiday to be a deceiver to the world. So let's go to the law first. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 16.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 16. Let ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female.
Read.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air,
Mm-hmm.
the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Come on.
And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy Father have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Under the whole heaven. So the commandment is not to take the likeness of anything on the earth, raise it up and lift your eyes up upon it, and to worship it. Right? That's the commandment. Right? However, that's not what this holiday does. This holiday gives you the evergreen tree. It gives you rude constructions of other items, the wreaths and things like that you set up on your door, the mistletoes, things like that. You lift up your eyes upon it, and many people don't realize that they set these things up as idols, but they do. When they say, "Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so fancy. It's colorful," but the undergirding spirit that's in that little cute thing is a demon. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's go to the first slide. This is a little video. This is the true spirit of Christmas here. Let's go to the video. Watch this.
The Krampuses are St. Nicholas's companions, and they accompany St. Nicholas until 5th of December. We're here now in Munich. We want the protection to work.
Oh, I think it's amazing. We absolutely love
Hold
Germany.
that right quick. Hold that. Did you hear what he said? He said Krampus is accompanied with St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas. It is his counterpart. He accompanies him. It is his counterpart, right? And it's the same spirit. He accompanies him. He is his counterpart. Krampus is. This is the demon. They give you the jolly fat rosy cheek white guy for comfort, because he ain't too bad to look at. But this is the same demon. There's an undergirding spirit under what's called the spirit of Christmas. Have you ever wondered why they call it the spirit of Christmas? It's a different spirit. Let's watch it again. Start over, please.
The Krampuses are St. Nicholas's companions, and they accompany St. Nicholas until 5th of December. We're here now in Munich. We want the protection to work.
Oh, I think it's amazing.
We
absolutely
want the
love Germany.
protection to work. Why do you have to listen to what people are saying? Why is he saying that? We want the protection to work. The protection of what? The protection of these spirits right here. Read on. Play on.
Really excited to see this. First time, so yeah, really excited.
By celebrating these holidays, they are in direct conflict with God's laws, according to Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. By celebrating these holidays. Let's go to Romans. Let's go to Romans right quick. Romans 1:25. Romans 1:25. I want verses 25 and 26. First chapter, 25th verse, 26th verse.
I will read the slide. This is Romans, book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. We change the truth of Yah to a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
More than the creator. Come on.
Who is blessed forever.
Because the creator is blessed forever, but folk have much rather serve the creature that they have set up that they have set up more than the Creator himself. Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide. Because the Creator is blessed forever, but everything else be damned. Now, we went through these before, but I want to use these as an example. Use these as an example. Can we see that clearly? Everybody see that clearly? Look at all of these idol gods that were born on December 25th. And these are just a few. These are many, there are many, many more. You have Hermes and Buddha, Krishna, and Horus, and Hercules, Adonis. Look at all of these. Look at all of these idols. Idols that's born on December 25th. They were born on December 25th, and guess what? They were also born of a virgin. Now, this is Hermes is 200 BC. Buddha is 563 BC. Some of these are thousands of years before who they call Jesus on December 25th. Some of these are hundreds of years, some of these are thousands of years before the one they call Jesus, born on December 25th. So on December 25th, in just a few days, who are they worshiping? Who are they worshiping? What spirit is this? You have Jesus, who was a Roman god, born December 25th of a virgin around 3 BC or 1 BC. Not to be mistaken with Yahushua. Yahushua was not born of a virgin. Yahushua had a daddy. And was not born nowhere near December 25th. But this is Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia, the real man Caesar Borgia, was born the 14th was born in 1475 and probably died around 1507. He was the illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI. Let's get a rough draft of what he looks like. Give me the next slide. This is a rough draft, a rough depiction of what he looks like. This is Da Vinci's drawing of him. Caesar Borgia. Now the next slide. This is the more iconic view of what he turned out to be. Everybody in the world know what this face is. Little babies in Africa, you go and say, "Who is this?" Jesus. They know, the whole world. The whole world has been deceived and know who that is. This is called iconoclasm. Have you ever heard of it? Iconoclasm is the process of whitening out figures in history. Right? So they take prominent or well-known black figures and turn them white and then push it out into the world. It's called iconoclasm. It destroys images, monuments, and other symbols that are usually for political or religious reasons. This iconoclasm, or this term iconoclasm, it comes from or derived from two words. two Greek words. Eikono, that's Eikono. Eikono, meaning image, and klastes. That's Klastes, meaning breaker. Image breaker. Image breaker. Iconoclastes. Image breaker. Let's go to 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
He's muted.
He's muted, brother.
What did you, what you say? This might be what?
1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
First Maccabees 3 and 48. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So they laid open the book of the law. They seen that our prophets were black. They laid over the book of the law and seen that the Messiah was black. They laid over the book of the law and seen that the Israelites were black. And what did they do? They begin to do their work, iconoclasm. They begin to paint these images of our people white, or as we would say, the whiting out of the Israelites, or the whiting out of our black forefathers. So they say, hey, these men is white. David was white. Solomon was white. When the Bible don't say this. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon.
Which chapter?
Wisdom of Solomon, 14th chapter. I believe it's the 15th verse. Did I sing you that? Wisdom of Solomon
15 through 21.
15 through 21? Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, 14th chapter, because I don't have it in my notes. So,
14th chapter, verse 15 to 21.
Verse 14 to 21.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, and verse 14 through 21. But by the vainglory of men, they entered into the word. Therefore, so they come short to an end. For a father afflicted, untimely mourning, but he had made an image of his child soon taken away.
All right. Read it again.
Verse 15. For a father afflicted, untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child soon taken away.
So this is a prophecy. This is the prophecy of Caesar Borgia, whom the world has cast as Jesus Christ all over the world. This is a prophecy about him. It says that for a father, the father is Pope Alexander VI. The father is Pope Alexander VI, afflicted with the untimely mourning, meaning he had an untimely death. Caesar Borgia had an untimely death. He had an untimely death. Caesar Borgia, he died, he was killed on March 2nd, 1507 at the age of 31. So he had an untimely death, right? Read.
Now out of him is a God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him.
Let's start back up at 15 again. Let's start at 15 again right quick.
Verse 15, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away.
He made an image of he made the image or the likeness of his child that had been taken away. His illegitimate son, Caesar Borgia, was taken away through an untimely death. He was murdered. Read.
Now honored as a God.
Now he will be honored as a God. That image will be honored as a God. Read.
Which was being a dead man,
Mm-hmm.
and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Come on. 16.
Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom was grown strong, was kept as a law.
But so somebody tell me, what is the ungodly custom? What is the ungodly custom that was kept by a law? What is the ungodly custom that was kept by a law?
Sunday law.
What is it?
Sunday law.
So Sunday law, which encompasses what? Christianity. Christianity is the ungodly custom that's being talked about. But Christmas encompasses Christianity. This is an ungodly custom kept by law. Come on.
And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
Read.
Whom men could not honor in presence,
Mm-hmm.
because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage.
They took the counterfeit of his visage, meaning they took the false likeness of his face. They took the false likeness of the Messiah's face. They took the false likeness of his face and said, "Look, that's Christ." Read.
And made an express image of a king whom they honored.
Come on.
To the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent.
Might flatter him that was absent, meaning might flatter Caesar Borgia by crowning him king after his death. Come on.
As if he were present.
Come on.
Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstition.
Who was the artificer? Who was the artificer? Da Vinci. The artist. He's the artificer. Come on. He set forward the ignorant to more. Those that did not know. We didn't know that this wasn't Christ. We didn't know that he wasn't born on December 25th. We didn't know that. We didn't know that. But he put his likeness, when he drew his likeness, and the church backed it and said he was born on December 25th. Forward the ignorant the more, superstition, because it wasn't true. This is superstition. Verse 19.
Verse 19. For he, peradventure, willing to please one in authority, forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion.
Da Vinci did. Come on, verse 20.
And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the word, took him now for a God.
They took him now for a God. They said, that's Christ. And now everybody's deceived in the whole world into believing that's Christ. And he was born December 25th. And now they has given it life. They given it a spirit. They, with their worship, have given this false Christ a spirit. And everybody's getting ready to get into the Christmas spirit. Whose spirit is this? What spirit is that? Come on.
which a little before was but I.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
Read it again.
Verse 21.
Come on.
And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
And this was the occasion to deceive the world. Read.
And to the stones and stocks, the incommunicable name.
Read it again because you went out. Read it again.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
Mm-hmm.
For men, serving either calamity or tyranny,
Mm-hmm.
did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name.
They said this is God right here. They subscribed him to this false narrative. So this is God. Let's get Revelations 13 and 14.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 14.
Come on.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles
Mm-hmm.
which he had power to do
Come
in the
on.
sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live.
Now, who is the beast? Who is John talking about? Who is the beast?
Talking about Caesar Borgia, talking about the Pope.
Caesar Borgia. We just read it. Brothers and sisters, we just read it in the Wisdom of Solomon. Caesar Borgia. That's the image of the beast that's being talked about. Come on.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast,
Mm-hmm.
that the image of the beast should both speak.
The image of the beast should both speak. Come on.
And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
How did the image of the beast speak? How is he? Because he's still speaking. How is the image of the beast? How is the Caesar Borgia, the image of the beast? How is it speaking? Because it began to speak and it's still speaking now. How is it speaking? How is that beast speaking? That beast is through Christianity. Through Christianity is speaking. That's how that image is speaking. And what spirit is that? Because it's certainly not the spirit of Yah. It's a demonic spirit. Christmas is the worship of devils. Christmas is demonic. I know it hurt. It's not y'all, because y'all believers. Right here, y'all believers. Y'all believe, not y'all. But the broader audience that I'm speaking to, some of them on Facebook and on YouTube, I know it hurt your little sensibilities, and you don't want to hear it because you love this holiday with all your heart. Christmas time, it brings you cheer. Right? It hurts your little heart. But you worshiping devils. You into demonic worship. I'm here to tell you. It's speaking through you because you're the one that's giving it life. I don't want none of y'all to be upset about your family members and stuff trying to make you break Yah's laws or make you follow this holiday. Don't you be discouraged. None whatsoever. I know that's your mother. I know it's your sister, your brother, your uncle. I know that's your child. But if they trying to get you to celebrate this holiday, that's a demon. Why you laughing? That's a demon.
A whole lot of demons out there.
There's a whole lot of demons out there. That's it. And it's giving, that's a spirit that's trying to speak life to Christmas, to you. It's trying to get you in the Christmas spirit. Oh, I feel so happy when I feel something. I know you do. That's the demons. Have y'all ever looked up the statistics on how many the increase in suicides around the holiday season? Yeah, there's an uptick. There's an increase of suicides during the holiday season. Rampant suicide. Folks just offer themselves because they done open themselves up to demonic activity this time of year. Or how about homicides this time of year? It's an uptick. It's an uptick of demonic behavior this time of year. Let me let you in on a little secret. That's because of demonic activity. That's the Christmas spirit. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11:14. You cannot continue to celebrate unauthorized holidays without there being consequences for your behavior. 2 Corinthians 11:14.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself was transformed into an angel of light.
Satan will transform himself into an angel of light. Satan will have you calling him Santa. Satan, Santa. Just a transposing of
2 letters.
Yeah, 2 letters. That's it. This is devil worship. People see a jolly, fat white man and think they're supposed to, that's supposed to make them feel good. You ever notice that? Like a white man is supposed to make you feel good. I frown every time I see white folks. Yeah, he want all the little children to come sit on his lap. I used to tell my kids when they was little, if I catch you sitting on a white man's lap, I'm gonna kill him and I'm gonna hurt you. I never catch you on no white man's lap. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10th chapter. Jeremiah 10. One time a brother was having a biblical discussion with me one time. He told me that Jeremiah 10 had nothing to do with Christmas. I just looked at him. I said, dang. I said, you boy, man, you deceived. Christmas is idol worship. And Jeremiah 10 got everything to do with idol worship. Jeremiah 10 and 1. We're going 1 through 5.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1 through 5. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh to you, O house of Israel.
Come on.
Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven,
Mm-hmm.
for the heathen are dismayed at them.
They're dismayed because they look at the sun and the moon and the stars and they worship those things. We don't. Come on.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers,
Mm-hmm.
that it move not.
That are moved not. Read.
They are upright as the palm tree,
Uh-huh.
but speak not.
They don't speak because they don't have no life in it. So when it says you go and you do all these things, you go and you dress it. You go and you cut it down. You fasten it with nails. You deck it with silver and gold, and you set it up. Yet still, verse 5, it says they must needs be born. They don't speak, but they still have to be born. Come on,
They must needs be born,
come on.
because they cannot go.
Mm-hmm.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Because they must needs to be born, and they can't do good or evil until you give it the spirit to do it. You give it the energy that it needs to do it. How do you give it the energy that it needs to be born? How do you give it that spirit, that energy? Let's go to Isaiah 46. Isaiah 46, verse 6. Start at verse 6. I want verse 6 and 7.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 6 and 7. They lavish gold out of the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and will be silver in the balance,
More.
and hire a goldsmith, and he maketh it a god.
He maketh it a god. It's not a god when it's in the forest. It's not a god when it's not fastened. It's not a god when it's not decked out or dressed with silver and gold. It's not a god yet. But it must needs be born because you have to give it its life force. You have to give it its spirit. You have to make it a god. Read.
They fall down, yea,
They worship.
verse 7.
They bow down, yea, they worship. This is how you make that image, that tree. This is how you make that idol a god. You worship it. You place gifts under it. You're in a position of worship by placing gifts up under it. Get on your knees and you make your children get on their knees. And they go up under the tree so they can receive a gift from this idol. But first, you have to place it under there. You get on your knees and you sow into the idol. It must needs be born. You have to give it its life. And you receive from it. Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
They bear him upon the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
they carry him, and set him in his place. And he standeth. From his place shall he not remove.
Come on.
Yea, one shall cry unto him, yet can he not answer,
Mm-hmm.
nor save him out of his trouble.
Don't save him out of his trouble. Christmas traditions, brothers and sisters, is intertwined with Christianity, and it is actually repurposed paganism. Christmas traditions are intertwined with Christianity and is simply repurposed paganism. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let's go to 2 Kings. We've been here before. We've seen this story before. And why is so much information out by way of the internet, things like that? I understand why people don't see this. They don't want to see it. 2 Kings 23 and 5. Verses 5 and 7. Verses 5 and 7. Go ahead, my fault. I stepped on you. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 23 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he put down the idolatrous priests, whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about Jerusalem. Them also that burn incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon.
All right, let's get the next slide right quick. Let's get the next slide. Watch this. Because there's nothing new under the sun, right? We've been here before. They burn incense to Baal, to the sun. So when you see a depiction of the beast, when you see a depiction of Caesar Borgia, and throughout the annals of history, you always see a depiction of the sun behind his head. In some depictions, they call it a halo. They call it a halo in some depictions. But in ancient antiquity, they always say that is the sun, because this is Baal worship. This is sun worship. So they will always show him in the forefront, but they'll show the sun in back of him. Let's read verse 5 again. And this is as always been. Even before Caesar or Borgia came, there was always an idol, and then the sun was behind it, because it entails or involved sun worship. Let's read verse 5 again.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 23 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he put down the idolatrous priest.
This righteous king put down the idolatrous priest. This righteous Judite king, he put down the idolatrous priest. Read.
Whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah.
In the high places of the city of Judah was places of worship in Judah. Come on.
And in the places round about Jerusalem.
Read. Watch this.
Them also they burn incense unto Baal.
They burned incense to Baal. Baal was an idol god in antiquity. It was an idol god. Read.
To the sun.
To the sun, because Baal set in the sun. Baal set in the sun. Same thing here. Baal set in the sun. Come on.
And to the moon.
Uh-huh.
And to the planets.
Mm-hmm.
And to all the hosts of heaven.
And to all the hosts of heaven. Verse 6.
And he brought out the grove from the house of Yahweh.
We can come out that slide. And he brought out the grove from the house from the house of Yahweh. Read.
Without Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
Unto the brook Kidron. And burned it at the brook Kidron.
Mm-hmm.
And stamped it small to powder.
Mm-hmm.
And cast the powder thereof for the graves of the children of the people.
So he took the idols and stamped it down to powder, and he took that powder and spread it among the graves of the children, because the graves of the children that he spread the powder on, they had shalom. The children that he had spread the powder on, they were already sacrificed to those gods. It was sacrificed to those gods, right? Come on.
Verse 7. And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
And he did what?
And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
So, in your Christian churches, put up that last image again. The last image. In your Christian churches, guess what those Christian churches are reminiscent of? The Sodomite house. Everybody know what a sodomite is? A sodomite is a homosexual. The reason why they're called sodomite is because Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom is a place where they had a lot of homosexual activity at. The Most High destroyed it. So throughout the Bible, whenever there was man on man action, or woman on woman action, they were always called sodomites. It's like us, like we say, like today, like it's like the Bible is full of slang terms, right? So like, we say homosexuals today, or I won't say the other word because they'll probably flag me. You know what I'm saying? So I won't say the other word. You know what I'm saying? But it starts with an F. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible is full of like slang terms, right? So this would be one of them. This is what everybody knew. If he said sodomite, say that's a sodomite over there. You know what was happening. It was a derogatory term, actually, to use it. So this is what was going on. Just like in those church houses, these houses here were called the sodomite houses. They worship Baal, just like they do still today. They worship Baal. They worship Baal in the Christian church. And what do you have in the Christian church? Bunch of sodomites. Bunch of sodomites. Verse 7 again.
Book of 2 Kings in chapter 23, verse 7. And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
Mm-hmm.
They were by the house of Yahweh, where the women.
Did you hear that? They were by the house of Yahweh. Sodomites around there. By the house of the Most High. The Canaanite deities, they're getting their groove on. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. It wasn't just in there. They were actually performing acts. Why they were in there. When it says the Sodomite house, it's talking about this was male prostitution that was going on. The house of the Most High is right here. They had set right next to it a place of worship. Baal, like what we see on this picture here. Baal that's set in the sun. Baal that's set in the sun. They would be worshiping at this house, and other men would be coming through and paying them to get down. That's what they was doing in there. I'm not gonna tell y'all the truth. Y'all see it on Power or whatever else y'all be watching. What's that other show? What's that other show with Empire? Yeah, Empire. Yeah, I see it on those shows. I might as well just tell y'all like it. T.I. is. It was men in there throwing down with each other. Brokeback Mountain, up and down in there. All right. Finish that scripture out.
Where the women will hang.
Mm-hmm.
Will
Where the women wove hangings for the grove. The woven hangings were those reefs. Have you ever thought about why isn't reefs for death? Like you hang a reef for, you put a reef up when somebody died, right? And don't you know you have a flowered reef? You have a flowered reef, and then you get presented to the family, or They even do that in the military. They walk and they carry the wreath and they put it on the grave of the fallen soldier. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So why are you hanging wreaths for Christmas? Isn't that a symbolism? Ain't that symbolism of death? A wreath is for death. Y'all don't know that? Y'all never thought about that? Yeah. Wreaths are for going to the grave. All right. Read First Timothy. We're almost done. First Timothy 1 and the first chapter. Give me verses 3 and 4. Or just verses 3. Verse 3, I believe.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
As I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus, when I went into Macedonia,
Mm-hmm.
that thou mightest charge some, they teach no other doctrine.
That they teach no other doctrine. Read on, verse 4.
Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogy,
Mm-hmm.
which minister questions, rather than godly edify.
All right, drop that for me. Give me 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter.
Which verse?
11 and 12.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 12. But what I do, that I will do,
Read
that I
on.
may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion, that wherein they glory, they may be found even as we.
That they may be found even as we. Read.
Verse 13. For such are false apostles,
Mm-hmm.
deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
They transform themselves as apostles of Christ. It's the same thing as the devil transforming himself as an angel of light. So in the Christian church house, they can transform themselves into you believing that what they're saying is true because they have a feel-good message. It makes you feel good. They have a what you call that speech?
Prosperity.
Not the prosperity. What do you call that? A feel-good speech. Uplifting. Seem like uplifting speech, but it has nothing to do with the scriptures. But it make you feel good for the moment. Make you feel good for the moment. That's how they transform themselves as apostles of Christ or apostles of light. Just like Satan transformed himself into what we just seen on the video was monsters and demons. But he transformed himself into a jolly fat white guy. He seemed harmless enough. Right? He seemed harmless enough. These ministers, these so-called ministers of Christianity, transform themselves into angels of light. They seem harmless enough. They don't mean you no harm. They're giving you something to make you feel good, but they never give you something to make you be right. And being right is not following these Hellite days. Being right is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And it's not a popular message. It's not popular because it doesn't make people feel good. Because you're forcing what the Most High said upon the people. You're forcing it upon them. However you get it in there, you're getting it in there. And it doesn't feel good, but you know that it's good form. You know that it's good form. Just like a little infant baby can't clean their own nose, but you forcing the little tool in there to get the boogies out. They cry. Right? Right? It don't feel good, but in order for them to breathe right, in order for them to breathe better, you have to force this upon them. You have to force it upon them. The same with you brothers and sisters. The same thing with you brothers and sisters in Detroit and here. This word got to be forced upon you. And it ain't going to always feel good. You ain't going to always like me either. I don't care. Do it anyway. All praises to the Most High. Let's get Revelations, the 16th chapter of Revelations. Start at verse 14. And we almost done.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yah Almighty.
Mm-hmm. So how does the spirit of devils work miracles? By causing those to depart from the faith. By causing those to depart from the faith. That's how they work their miracles. First Timothy 4:1. Watch this. 1 Timothy 4:1. Watch this.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
That's the miracle right there. Who you talking to? I don't need to listen to you. Parent out. The Spirit will cause some to depart from the faith. I don't need to hear that. I'm out of there. I'm keeping Christmas. I'm gonna keep Christmas no matter what he said. I'm keeping. I don't see it like that. I'm gonna do me some Christmas. Give me a gift. Who you talking to? Give me a gift. Read on.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Giving heed to what?
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Come on.
And doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils. This is how they depart from the faith. This is how they leave the faith. Last scripture, let's get 1 Maccabees 8:4.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse 4. And that by their policy and patience, they had conquered all the books.
By their what? By their policy and patience. By their policy, meaning their influence. By the influence of the world, by the influence of the church. And their patience. Read.
Though it were very far from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the kings also who came against them
Mm-hmm.
from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them and given them a great overthrow.
Read.
So that the rest did give them tribute every year.
So direct influence on the policies and laws that have been part of this system in which the governments operate. The truth is not complicated at all, but what complicates the truth, brothers and sisters, is the corruption of the mind. I said again, the truth is not complicated, but what complicates the truth is the corruption of your mind. Well, we pray that the Most High heals anyone who has a corrupted mind under the sound of my voice. All right, we're going to leave it right there. Right there. I pray that your understanding has been opened. And I pray the Most High has given you a stronger understanding through the word of the Most High. All right. God bless.
War for the kingdom of Yah.